the more education you can get and the more experience you can get together will improve your success. I say there's 3 educations out there. One is collegiate. If you go, you get a business degree, get your degree. A lot of people go to college to get degrees. You learn some great stuff, no experience. The other one is just kind of through books and other things, like your own viewing and observing, and through books, your own education, your personal education. The third one I call the degree of hard knocks, which is just doing it and failing and saying, okay, that didn't work. Let's try something new. That succeeded. Sweet. And doing that over and over to the point to where you've like really just been punched a bunch of times, but now you were like, I know how to do this piece of the business because I've learned through trial and error, through hard knocks, how to do it. And I found that you really need at least 2 of those educations to truly be successful. Mm-hmm. And they all, like, I did get my MRED, which is a Master's of Real Estate Development, but I was already doing real estate, so I had to, but that made me much better investor, knowing numbers, knowing how to run spreadsheets, knowing what contracts were. Like, it taught me a lot of fundamental things that helped, but I had already lost everything I had in real estate. I had already built up a bunch of stuff. So it added value. So the more education you can get and the more experience you can get together will improve your success.
So, and Ben, I'm going to get to your question. Ben just asked a good question in the chat, but doesn't that kind of go back to the theme that we started with about 45 minutes ago about your daily exercise or living? Like, if you're not also continually learning, even though you'd already gone to school, like you said, you already know a little bit about pro formas and how to do a 10-year discounted cash flow. You already know about how to analyze a property, right? But like, for me, I had the same experience, right? Doing the MRED, it just kind of continued to give me some momentum and some reps and some practice. And just like with exercise, right? You just got to keep doing it. You got to keep moving in the right direction. And so there's so much value there. So Ben Lakey has, how do you manage emotional frustration now in the school of hard knocks? That is, you've kind of answered it, but that's the question for today and for the next couple of years, I think, is how are we going to manage our emotions and the frustration when the school of hard knocks comes a knocking?
Expectations. Now, very little ever gets me emotional. I know that the worst case scenario will happen most of the time and many times. So my objective is to make sure to take the steps prior to make sure the worst case doesn't happen. And when things happen, roll with it. Like, things will always happen, whatever the law is. If chaos is and will happen, it does and will. And it's out of your control. Yeah. And so you just have to allow it and then say, okay, cool. That's a problem. How do we create a solution? When you're just solution minded, problems are just a hurdle. They don't stop you. They don't change your life. Money can be lost and created. So when you have this expectation that, like, I'm going to buy this house, I'm so excited, and I got these new barn doors, and I want to get this pretty vanity, and that's what you're thinking about, but then the money gets short, or this and that other stuff happens. If you know that like the plumbing will probably be bad when I go to this house and it's going to cost me $3,000 that's not on my budget. And if you already think that and go into it and you're like, yep, sweet, I knew it. Like, you just set the proper expectations to yourself that things will go wrong. When they do, you will hit the solution, figure it out, and move past it. And it kind of takes the emotional part out of it. Because there's not one thing I've learned, and as I've looked at, like, analyze people who are millionaires, is they're no smarter than me. They're no smarter than any of you guys. Their ability to deal with chaos and heartbreak and crap is so much higher. So I look at some of my buddies who, like, do little deals or have a small business, and the smallest thing that, like, oh, this guy quit and I can't handle because I had to go to work, and they can't handle the emotionalness of one, like, employee quitting. They've never grown in 15 years. Yeah. Millionaires are like, I just got sued for $500,000 last week. I just sent it to my lawyer. I said, dude, take care of it. I got emails to answer. And they're like, it doesn't bother them. And so the difference, like, I found, is just their ability to, like, take emotional hardship, figure a solution, kick it out, and move forward. than dwell and get caught up in that feeling of it.
It's already bad enough. So why compound it by worrying about it? And especially control what you control expectations, dude. I love it. I love it.